This is going to be a very, very time-lapse heavy episode.
Yes, it's Ty selling out.
What? What's up, everybody? My name's Ty Sells, and you're watching episode 2 of Ty's Designs. So this is my first project of 2020, and I really wanted to make a statement with it. So that statement is get after it. So I decided to get after it, and as I was getting after it, basically midway through, I realized that I made a mistake, and because I didn't properly lay this out or use any tools, it's not perfect. But that is okay, because it's the first project in 2020, and I'm excited to just show you how it came together anyway. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. I just grabbed a regular piece of wood. Wasn't anything special about it. In fact, there were a few staples in it. It had a knot kind of in the middle. I wanted to use the other side, but I didn't like my design on it, and I didn't feel like going back and erasing it, so I just flipped it over and tried again, and I got a layout that I particularly enjoy. I set this layout kind of on a slant so it would take up more space along the wood block, make it a little bit more dynamic. The letters actually do come off the side of the piece because I wanted to give that a try and see how that was, and it was hard. I did do the after first. I started with that because it's has the most weight to it, so I figured I wanted to get that to be pretty solid before I attacked the get and it. And the G was probably the most challenging letter because it is on a curve. So carving into wood on a curve with a straight knife is pretty tough, but then I noticed that I could put the R and run it into the T for the crossbar on that, so I connected those two, kind of dug out that knot a little bit, but it was a little tough, and then I finished the after off there, and then kind of carried that R into the T, as you can see in a little bit here. But that's what it looked like afterward. You see the R goes into the T bar. The after is definitely offset off of it. So this was actually today. Yesterday was all the cutting, and today was all the wood burning. So right here I'm actually correcting the straight line there. It wasn't as straight with the top of the after and the bottom. So I wanted to straighten that out a little bit. It's a little better than it was, but it's not perfect. But again, this piece wasn't about being perfect. It was about getting it done and getting after it. So I feel like I achieved that goal. So I first started with the shadows on each of the letters just to see what that would look like, see if it was dynamic enough. But it wasn't, and I wanted to add a little bit more depth to it. So that's why I filled in the backside of the after, because I wanted to make it pop a little bit more. So I eventually decided to carry that black line all the way through from the one side to the other side, so it would stand out a little bit more. But then I realized, well, you know, it looks nice, but I don't want just a black stripe. So I decided to fill in the other side where the get is as well, just to kind of make those two pop a little bit more, and then the it is offset by the shadows on the letters there. But for this part, that was probably the most challenging part, because you had to work with the grain of the wood on those darker parts. You have to press a little harder and give it a little bit longer, but this is the overall turnout of it, and I'm pretty excited about it. So there you have it. That was my first project of 2020, a wood carving, wood burning extravaganza in my workshop. If you did like what you see and would like to purchase the piece, definitely reach out to me on Instagram at tysellsout or on Facebook at tysellsout. If you want to commission me for a piece, you can name what you want me to write or hand letter or burn or whatever, and I'll make it for you. So just reach out, I guess.